So it's quite overcast in Bali today, which is nice. I'm hoping it's gonna rain today because it has been so muggy the last few days. I don't have to work for a month now, so I can make all the lives. Bali, bam, Miss Bali. Thank you. Michelle's actually upstairs at my house. Only for a few more hours because she thinks she's leaving today, which is so rude. Oh, by the way, Michelle, I have so many of your clothes in my closet. I don't know how or why that happened, but you might want to check that out before you leave, or maybe I'll just hold them hostage until you come back. I know, these earrings are fantastic, right? Angel wings. There's a store here in Bali called Divine Goddess that sells these, and also these really beautiful silk kimonos that have angel wings on the back that likely you've seen in other places in the world, but they just seemed fitting today for some reason. I'm not normally angeled up, but I am today. Today I'm an angel, today I'm in white, and I'm wearing angel wings. Hi, Sarah. I feel like I haven't seen you for a week. What's going on? Have I not seen? Maybe I haven't seen you for a week. Normally I see Sarah every day. Okay, well, we're 46. How many shall we have on before we get started? 44? There's 44 right now. I think it's a sign. 44, well now we're down to 42. So make up your mind, people. We need to start this thing. Oh, I'm just really wasting a little bit of time and waiting for coffee to kick in. I don't know who thought it was a good idea to do a live stream at 7:30 in the morning. But honestly, it's because it was the only time there was. My schedule is out of control, you guys. I'm just gonna give you a little peek into my reality. This is my schedule. And it goes into the night. This is like 10 p.m. right here. I mean, come on. So anyway, the 7:30 a.m. live stream had to happen because there was no other space in the calendar to do it. So here we are. So you guys are gonna have to bear with me. I'm sure I'll get fired up in like 20 minutes and then we'll be rocking and rolling. But for now, we're still having coffee. We're still trying to get the synapses firing. Yes, self-inflicted, but, well, I have no excuses. I won't say anything else like that. Blanca, I'm sure you look stunning at 7:30 in the morning. Also, trick, eyelashes and a little red lip goes a long way for making you look fresh. Little bronzer on the cheeks and good lighting, and here we are. So it's the tricks of the trade. The tricks of the trade, the tricks of the trade. Oh goodness. Well, now I have to deliver on my promise to bring it on this live stream, right? And what are we going to talk about? I mean, we're obviously going to talk about the election because that's a thing, but not in the way you guys probably think we're going to talk about the election, or maybe it is in the way you think we're going to talk about the election. How many people are brand new to me? Let's ask that before we start scaring people away with our election talk. I know, I promised to get censored, so I guess I better bring it today. Who is brand new? Who's tuning in for the very first time to a Leah live stream? Who has ventured or fallen into Leah land either purposely for the first time or mistakenly for the first time? And you're wondering who this crazy woman is on your screen. See, it's really not clicking in yet because I just was like, oh, I need to go do something, and then I need to give them, oh, I know what it was. I remembered. It's gonna take a minute, you guys. It just takes a few minutes for the coffee to kick in. Just bear with me. What I was gonna say is, my team, I woke up to my team being super frustrated with me because I thought that I was doing something awesome and fixing the link, the registration link for the live stream event. And what I did, in fact, was screw everything up because we had already sent out emails with a different link. So if you tried to register and you couldn't register, that's why I'm gonna give you the registration link. One, because you wanna be on the mailing list so that you can get all of the amazing, epic information that's about to come down the pipe, because Black birthday sales are right around the corner. All you coveted all class pass holders, there will be another all class pass offer for Black birthday. And we're doing 12 days of Christmas this year. So there's lots of incredible things coming down the pipe. You want to be on the mailing list. You don't want to miss any of this great information. So there is a link there that I've just dropped for you to register for the live stream event, which will also put you on the mailing list. You want to register for the live stream event because just in case you miss one of these live streams, they're not all going to be on my personal page. So tomorrow's live stream will be on my business page, or it's not tomorrow. When is it? The next live stream will be on my business page. And then the one after that will be on so the next one is Friday, my Friday evening will be on my business page. And then we have one on the 22nd that will be in my private Facebook group, Rich Abundance. So just make sure that you are registered. So one, if you miss any of the live streams, you can get the replay. Two, you can get announcements about where they're actually happening and links to be able to access that. And three, because you're gonna wanna get the information on the Black birthday sales. And I just had a thought today that I think I'm gonna actually do a special coupon that's gonna be available, like a pre-sale coupon for the Black birthday sales that's gonna be available just to my mailing list for 24 hours before the Black birthday sales go live. So they'll go live on Friday, Black Friday, but my list will get 24-hour pre-access with a coupon. So you're definitely gonna wanna make sure you're on that mailing list. I think that's all the announcements. And the coffee seems to be kicking in right now. What if we get censored and we have to go somewhere else to see me? Well, then we will go to Zoom. So that's another reason why you really want to be connected into the mailing list. Because if I do get censored for some reason, then we can do the calls via Zoom, but you'll need to be on the mailing list in order to get the links for the Zoom calls. My team's like, I don't know who's on here watching, but they're like, oh great, now she's adding a coupon and a pre-sale to the Black birthday sales. I was just making myself a note because I literally just made that up right now while we were on the phone, while we were on this call. Is it freezing for anyone else? And nobody is here watching. Of 63 people, there's nobody here watching for the first time. Just all 65 people are Leah Land. What's it called? Apparently. Hello, cousin. Leah Land. Veterans. Is that the word I was looking for? All right. Well. Hello, 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 everyone. Say hi as you're hopping on. All right. Just when I said the C word, I said cunt? What C word did I say? I said a C word? What's the C word? Coronavirus? I don't even feel like I said coronavirus yet. Well, we definitely should be censored now. We've said all the horrible C words at this point. Here is a first timer, and now the first timer's just like, oh my God, what is going on with her? '66. We were just looking up number 66 in my team meeting yesterday because we were talking about 66 is actually a number of like super stability, and because we're increasing the Wealth Alchemy Mastermind price to $66 on January 1st. And we were looking up the number, and it's like super, super good fortune, super good luck, abundance, blessings. So that must mean it's time for us to get started. I've got horse energy today. What does that mean? Oh, the C word is censored. It is not cunt or coronavirus. It is, the C word is censored. Okay, well, now we'll get some coffee and maybe we'll be able to function. Good morning, Jackie. Jack just woke up. Morning. Did you have a good sleep? Yes? Maybe check your room. I haven't seen her yet, but she's usually here by now. If not, you can get your phone and come sit by me on the couch while I do my live stream until she gets here. Stephanie's birthday is 2/3/66. I like it. All right, well, let's dive into it, shall we? Maybe we should wait and see if Jack's people are here yet before we dive in case we've got to get him settled. He's actually up quite early. He's been waking up really late lately. We're having dog shenanigans here in front of me as well. The puppies are up and at it. Okay, maybe he found his people. Hey, Pete, good morning. All right, so 2021. You know, the intention of this, oh my gosh, I should show you my dog. I gotta show you my dog just before we get started because it's the funniest thing ever. Do you see her? Okay. Hey, Val. Oh my goodness. Okay, is the internet back? The internet's struggling a little bit today, huh? I'm not quite sure why, but no more dog stuff. Well, you had to see them. They're so cute laying in the swimming pool. How is it now? Didn't see the puppies. They were in the swimming pool swimming. Now they're getting the house all wet. Here. Okay. Well, you missed the swimming pool. You missed the dog in the swimming pool, but it is what it is. All right. So we lost a bunch of viewers during those shenanigans, which is super frustrating. They're censoring the dogs. It's so hot, you guys. And now I'm starting to sweat. And I just told you, I was like, oh my goodness. It's so muggy in Bali. All right. When I talk about this stuff, this is record shenanigans again here, you guys, by the way. We shenaniganed for quite a long time on this live stream. So team, someone on my team, please, yeah, we do have so many orchids in this house. Lots and lots of orchids. I'm obsessed with them. Somebody on my team, write in the notes of this live stream, content starts at however long we are into this thing at this minute. If anyone could time check and see how long we've been on, that would be great. Just tell us content starts at this time. So when I talk about this stuff, you guys, the purpose is not to be all doom and gloom. The purpose is not to scare you, to create more fear in your life. That is not my intention. My intention is that I want you to be prepared. My intention is that I want you to have information so that you can make choices that will serve your highest and best good. So we just came out of, or we're still in it, but 2020 has been one hell of a year. And 2020 has been a year that has been really, really difficult and debilitating for many people. But here's what I want to say about that. In the fall of 2019, I began to get really, really clear guidance from God, source, universe, all that is, whatever it is that you call it, that it was time to really get my ducks in a row, and to step into purpose more than I had ever done before, and was also getting the message to share that with as many people as possible. And you know, there was a huge sense of urgency around that. And so if you go back to my live streams from September to December of 2019, you will hear me just like a broken record talking to people about this. Step into purpose, begin to deconstruct your programming and conditioning. Start questioning everything. I mean, I think that was the other thing that I was just saying over and over and over and over. Begin to question everything. So what happens? Well, we end 2019 facing a pandemic. We move into 2020 fully immersed in a pandemic, and I don't mean coronavirus. I mean the fear pandemic that has gripped the planet basically ever since. And so, is someone here, Jackie? Is Rini here? Hello? What? Oh, do you want to just get your phone and come sit on the couch till she gets here? So, what I can tell you is that the people that heeded that, I don't know if I want to say a warning, but the people that heeded that advice, the people who caught the people who felt that sense of urgency and stepped into purpose more than ever, the people who began to question everything, the people who really worked hard at the end of 2019 to deconstruct their programming and conditioning, their 2020s have been incredible. 2020, by far, has been the best year of my life. And in every way, 2020 has been the very best year of my life. Because I had choices, because I have choices, because I have created a life of freedom through my choices. And those choices came from those small actions and those small steps that I made, when I was making them, definitely prior to 2019, but through 2018, through 2019, of questioning everything and deconstructing my programming and conditioning. That is what led me to have the best year of my life in 2020. Many of you that are watching this live stream, I know, could say that 2020 has been one of the best years of your life. And certainly, I know that there's many of you that would say that you were not affected or impacted by this fear pandemic the way that the rest of the world was, because you stepped into your sovereignty, because you had already started to deconstruct your programming and conditioning. And as a result of that, you were not, what? Oh, you were not, she's here, yay.
By the way,
What?
if you don't know, but Amy is always in the kitchen.
She's always in the kitchen? When she's waiting for you, she's in the kitchen? Okay. So, what was I saying? Jack distraction. I think I was saying that, many of you were not as affected as the rest of the world because you had already begun to deconstruct your programming and you were in a space where you were questioning many things, if not all things. And so, and I remember we moved into March and April hit, and I literally was getting so many messages from people, on both sides of the fence. People saying, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I listened to you. And people saying, oh my God, you were right. Why didn't I listen? And that's neither here nor there, right? Because it's not that, I'm some amazing prophetess. I am a prophetess. That is a gift that I've been given. But it's not about it's not about validation of you were right, right? I wish I wasn't right, but the fact was I was. But what it's about is that there is another opportunity right now. And there is another extremely urgent, energetic opportunity right now to not repeat cycles of 2021 if you were one of the people that was gripped or caught up or wrapped up in the manipulation and the fear pandemic. There is an amazing opportunity for those of you that have already started to do the work, that have already begun to question everything, that have already, started to have incredible choices in your life, and as a result seeing huge differences, or had a great year in 2020. There is an incredible opportunity for you as well to step into greater levels of freedom, greater levels of wealth, greater levels of abundance. The energy that I felt in 2019, that sense of urgency, that when I was there shouting from the rooftops, telling anyone that would listen, trying to get people to see through all the madness and through all the smoke and mirrors and through all the control and manipulation. The energy that I am feeling now in the fall of 2020, just 1 year later, is 100 times what it was in 2019. And again, I do not say this to you to be doom and gloom. I don't say this to you to scare you or to fearmonger you. I say this to you because it just is. It just is. 2020 is going to look like a trip to Disneyland. Not on a holiday weekend though. Disneyland, like when nobody's there and you don't have to wait in any lines and you're having a great time. Not like the crazy hot sweaty Disneyland when there's 10 million people there, and you get my picture. You get my drift, right? 2020 is going to look like kindergarten. And 2021 is coming in like a PhD. Like that is a reality of it. And that is happening for a couple of reasons. So one, just astrologically and planetarily what's happening right now, and I'm not actually even going to go into all of that. I talked about it a little bit in my monthly wealth forecast that you can watch inside my group, Rich Abundance. But the purpose of this live stream isn't to focus on astrological stuff. But I will say that hey, Patrice. The astrologically and planetarily, we're facing a shitstorm, okay? And we, and in addition to that, yeah, so, I mean, we're going to talk about that, certainly. Here's what you need to know about this, about what I'm talking about. Things are going to happen in the world. Things have been happening in the world. Things are going to continue to happen in the world. There's going to be a greater power play. There's going to be a greater power grab. There is going to be more attempts at control and manipulation. We are going to be moving further into police states. And what Alicia said is absolutely right. Like, everyone will be affected, right? Just like this year, everyone was affected. Like, even though I'm living the life I deeply desire, even though I have more freedom than the majority of people on this planet right now living in Bali, there was a month when everything shut down. I was affected, right? So you are not, you will never be free from being affected by what's happening in the collective. Like it's not possible, right? Unless you move to a private island that is completely self-sustainable, which I'm considering at the moment. But you know, you're going to be impacted at some level. The difference is, will you have choices that enable you to lessen the impact? Will you have choices that enable you to thrive in that type of reality versus be controlled, manipulated, be, you know, plummeled into lack and scarcity like many of the planet was this year? It's about choice. What we're talking about here today, it's about choice. It's about having an opportunity to make choices that put you in a place where you have a substantial amount of freedom and you are not easily controlled or manipulated, and you are outside the main kind of power struggle that's going to happen inside the collective. So we are ending a 240-year cycle, and you've likely heard me talk about this. And this last 240-year cycle has been about the mastery of physical matter. It has been about the individual. It has been about materialism. And a group of people have really, really taken advantage of that. And that group of people is the global financial elite. They are the people that pull the strings and are in control of our financial institutions, our government organizations, our health institutions, of big pharma, our food supply and our food systems, our oil, they control everything. They took advantage of this energy of the individual, this energy of materialism, this energy of this time in humanity when we were meant to master the physical realm. And I don't think that it's not a bad thing that we're coming out of that cycle or that we were in that cycle. And there were people that saw opportunity and took that opportunity and maximized that opportunity. As a result, it left the collective controlled and manipulated and in financial slavery. And if you're not aware, if you've been following me, you would have to be under a rock to not be aware of this. But if you're not aware of the fact that you live in financial slavery, you need to really take a look at how you are being controlled and manipulated using money, wealth, and currency. The global economy was built on bodies. The global economy was built on the backs of commodities, and those commodities are the human beings on this planet. So we are about to move into a new 240-year cycle that is about spiritualism. It is about the quantum realm. It is about science. It is about advanced technology. It is about the collective. It is about what is in the highest and best good of the collective versus the last 240 years, which has been what is in the highest and best good of the individual. So, yes, the energy is shifting. That's amazing. It's going to allow so much reascension, I believe, because I think we're going to step into this new 240-year cycle, and we're going to begin to have a remembrance of our ancient civilizations. We're going to begin to have a remembrance of our lost technology, our lost science. There are so many incredible blessings that are going to come from this cycle. However, the global financial elite are not just going to roll over and play dead. They're not going to just be like, oh, well, our time's over. The time of mastery of physical matter and materialism's over. So, okay, collective, go and, govern yourself and make your own laws and be free on the planet. No, that is not what's going to happen. That is absolutely not what's going to happen. There is going to be a major power grab, and it is already happening. It is already happening. It has been happening all year. It is disguised as political parties. It is disguised as race wars. It is disguised as police brutality. It is disguised as racism. It is disguised as all of these things. And that is not to say that those things don't exist, okay? That is not what I'm saying. But what I am telling you is that highly emotionally charged people are easier to control and manipulate. And everything that has been happening this year has been designed to get you emotionally charged so that you are easier to control and manipulate, right? We introduce a pandemic so that we can put the entire planet in a state of fear and worry and concern, because people who are afraid and people who are worried and people who are concerned, particularly about dying, are really, really easy to control. It's very easy to get those people masked up, staying in their homes, operating like completely compliant commodities. 2021 is not only bringing more of the same, but worse. So, and yes, I am saying it is going to be worse. It is going to be worse, particularly for those people who are buying the manipulation line, hook, line, and sinker. You have a choice. You have a choice. And here's probably where it's going to get ugly and people are going to get pissed and I'm going to lose Facebook friends and the live stream's probably going to drop down to like 50 people. But it is what it is. if you are an American and you are watching this live stream, I am really going to encourage you to let go of, or begin to question at least, all of your beliefs about what the Democratic Party is and what the Republican Party is. Because what I need to tell you right now that you really need to hear is that the global financial elite, they don't have a fucking political party. They are not Republicans and they are not Democrats. That is designed to keep you divided. It is designed to keep you highly emotionally charged. It is designed to get you turning against your fellow man, saying you're wrong, I'm right, you don't know what you're talking about. There is an agenda behind it, okay? We knew something huge was coming in October and November. Like, I've been talking about it for months. We knew it was coming, and we knew there was gonna be a disclosure of some kind, okay? We knew there was gonna be a disclosure of some kind, but we didn't know what it was. And I'm now looking at this election and I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. Like, here we go. You have a country divided right now. And you have media that is controlling and manipulating every single thing you see. None of it is a reality. None of it is real. No one is telling you the truth. No one is saying, oh, let's just be forthright and forthcoming with the American people because we really want them to know what's going on. Do you feel like you have any fucking clue about what coronavirus actually was? Do you feel like, I'm just really curious. Is anyone on this live stream going, I know exactly what coronavirus is. I know exactly what it does. I know exactly where it came from. I know exactly, why it spread. And I know exactly why the entire world went into lockdown over a virus that is less risky than the flu. Anyone? Anyone is just like, I'm really interested to know. Is anyone like, yes, I absolutely know what it is, and I'm confident that I should be wearing a mask and that everything that I'm being told by the media is accurate, and I know what the death rate is and I know what the recovery rate is. Does anyone know? And I'm not saying it's not real. It's fucking real. Both Michelle's grandparents died from it. Like, I am not saying it isn't real. What I'm saying is, do you understand what it is and why it was brought here? So, wouldn't it make sense that if we've been controlled and manipulated in that you would also be controlled and manipulated in this division of people over party lines? Because let me tell you something. If you do any research about what the Republican Party originally was and about what the Democratic Party originally was, neither of them are even close to what they were originally and what they were intended to be. This is a giant ploy and manipulation to divide you. Period. Divided people are easier to control. When we are turning on each other, we are easier to control. You have a nation right now that half of them are pointing their finger at a man that they believe to be the Antichrist, right? That they believe is the worst thing that's ever happened to the world. Yet they're not willing to look at actual numbers of things that he has done and accomplished in his 4 years in office. This is not a I support Trump live stream. This is not a, well, it's not a I support Biden live stream because I don't support Biden, but I didn't vote. I didn't do a mail-in vote for a reason. because I think it's all bullshit. But you have a nation divided, right? And half of the people think Trump is the Antichrist and half of the people think he's the savior. Doesn't that seem a little weird to you? Doesn't it seem a little bit weird to you that the people are so emotionally charged about this, that he is literally either the Antichrist or the savior? He's just a fucking man, by the way, right? Like, he's just a man. But we're assigning these archetypes to him, and we're assigning these archetypes to him because we are being manipulated to do so. Because that manipulation, when we're staying charged about whether Donald Trump is the devil or Jesus Christ reincarnated, right? We're not focusing on what is actually happening, which is that we are being controlled, that we are being manipulated, that we are putting into greater states of police control, government control, maybe not police control. I mean, that whole thing's fallen to shit this year also, but this is control and manipulation to put us into states where we become more compliant. Because as this energy is shifting and as we, the people, the real we, the people, are stepping into an energetic space where we're going to be supported energetically to rise as a collective, this power grab has to come in because they are not ready to relinquish control over us. They are not ready for the global financial agenda to become about the collective. They want it to remain about the global financial elite. They want to remain in power. They want to remain in control. And they are going to do whatever it takes to maintain that. And that is why 2021 is going to be so much worse than 2020 was. They want you to be afraid, and they want you to turn on each other. And in the United States of America, congratulations, you guys are doing a damn good job of it. You're doing a damn good job of hating your neighbor and not trusting your fellow man, and you are giving your power away to someone that has very, very little impact on your day-to-day life. So prior to the election, I said one thing. I said, if you're going to vote, I would suggest that you vote whatever way you think will be in the highest and best good of you and your immediate family's economic freedom. That is how I would encourage you to vote. That's what I said. Because ultimately, that is what you should be concerned about. You should be concerned about, do you have choices economically? Are you stepping into greater states of economic freedom? Because all of the rest of the shit, it actually doesn't fucking matter because it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all smoke and mirrors. And it has been for a very, very long time. America is not free. American people are slaves, and they have been since the inception of the country. It was designed that way. And we have also been brainwashed and programmed to believe that we are the land of the free and the home of the brave, right? And that we're living the American dream. And then the rest of the world, the impoverished nations, are led to believe that if they can just get to America, they can be free. They too can be free. It's a bunch of horseshit. It is control, it is programming, it is manipulation. And when you are in it, when you are literally in those grid lines and you are in those ley lines, you cannot see it. It is almost impossible to see it unless you have done a lot of work. And that is the sense of urgency right now. And I'm talking about America because obviously we've got this huge power play happening in America right now. And that entire nation is giving their power away to the result of an election that actually doesn't matter that much, right? Now, what I'll say now, though, is that this may be the beginning of the revolution. This may be the point where the people finally say, no more manipulation. This may be the point where the people finally go, we don't trust the media. We don't trust the news. We don't trust the political parties. We don't trust the people that are governing this nation. And we've had enough, right? This may be what gets us there. And they rise up. And we finally say, enough is enough. We're done with all of this corruption. We're done with all of this bullshit, right? Was there voter fraud? Of course there was fucking voter fraud. There's been voter fraud in every election since electronic voting machines were designed. I mean, come on, people. Like, really, I'm like, I scroll Facebook and I'm just like, come on. Just like if you think Olympic athletes win Olympic gold medals without any negotiation happening in the background, you're up in the fucking night. Like, this world is a world of control and manipulation, and it is all fueled by money. So, oh, Jason Cisneros, you're gonna love this one. We just started talking about the revolution, right, as you come on. So, yeah. It is all fueled by a financial agenda. All of it. All of it. This is nothing new, okay? But we happen to have a man, for whatever reason, who is saying enough is enough. Now, whether you believe that all of these votes were turned, whether you believe that there is widespread voter fraud, whether you believe any of this stuff, and I guess that depends on whether or not you're looking and seeking evidence, right? Or if you're just buying into what the media is telling you. On either side, right? On Republican or Democrat side. For better or worse, we have someone who's saying enough is enough. This is bullshit. This is not democracy. And you can believe the conditioning and the programming that he's the Antichrist, or on the other side, that he's the savior, right? But what if it is just a revolution? What if it is just a revolution? What if it's actually fucking time for us to start thinking for ourselves and stop having our thoughts and actions manipulated by people whose only interest is themselves and continuing to use us as commodities? What if we just actually started fucking thinking for ourselves? That is the real revolution. And that is the opportunity that we have right now to say enough. To say enough. I am tired of buying hook, line, and sinker what either side is selling me. I'm going to actually begin to think for myself. I'm going to start questioning everything. Everything that I believe to be true. Everything that my whole entire life I believed was true simply because it always has been. And begin to look at, why is it that we actually have very little education on what democracy is? Why is it that as Americans, we learn so little about world history? Why is it that we're basically brainwashed to believe that America is the greatest nation in the world? Because it's fucking control and manipulation. That's why. So maybe this is the revolution. And I don't think maybe. I think it is. I think that we are I think that we are at the precipice of a revolution that, may start in America, but that is going to be global in nature, because we're stepping into this new energetic era. We're stepping into this new way of being where we actually are beginning to care more about the collective than we are about ourselves as individuals. We desire to be of service. We desire to see the collective rise. We have gotten sick of turning on each other. We have gotten sick of hating on our neighbor. And, it's not going to be easy. It is not going to be easy. And it's really, really hard, and it's really difficult to question the beliefs that you've had since you were born, right? To question all the things that your parents told you were true, all the things that your grandparents told you were true. It's like, I hate nothing worse than seeing people be like, well, I voted Democrat because that's the only party that there is. Like, I'm voting straight across party lines because, the Democrats are good and the Republicans are evil. I'm just like, could you spit some more fucking brainwashed bullshit out of your mouth? Like, literally, if you're voting across party lines, you don't even have a brain in your head, because you are being fully fucking controlled and manipulated, period. And that's just it. Because if you're not questioning, if you're not looking, if you're not asking yourself every single day, and so this may seem like a little bit of a contradiction to what I've been saying, and I'm gonna explain what I mean now. If you are not questioning every single day what is in the highest and best good of the financial freedom of me and my immediate family, you're not asking the right question. And why do I say that? Because I truly believe that to step out of slavery consciousness, to get to this place where we actually can begin to focus on the collective, we have to step into financial sovereignty. We have to step into a place where we are no longer willing to just buy what's being sold to us hook, line, and sinker. We have to start thinking for ourselves. We have to start looking at what's in our best interest, right? And that means that we have to question everything that we've been told, because everything that we've been told was designed to control and manipulate us. It was designed to get you operating like a compliant commodity. It was designed to get you as quickly as possible earning money for the global financial elite through paying interest on student loan debts, on credit card debt, on house mortgages, on what else? There's a million other things. Leasing cars. Like, you literally have been programmed and conditioned your entire life to make money for a small group of people that benefit. And again, I will say to you, they're not fucking Republican and they're not Democrat. They give no fucks about your political party. But they do actually love that you care that much, because when you're emotionally charged, you are easier to control and manipulate. When you are divided, when you are looting, when you are destroying people's businesses that they have worked their entire lives to build, you are doing exactly what they want you to do. You are perpetuating fear. You are perpetuating chaos. And, there are so many conversations to be had about all of this stuff, right? The global economy was built on bodies. Period. Brown bodies, black bodies, white bodies. Like, the global slave trade, while the Atlantic slave trade, yes, was primarily black and brown bodies, the global slave trade was about a lot more than just brown and black bodies. And that slave trade continues today. Just go watch anything that Jason Cisneros does, and you'll hear a lot about how that slave trade continues today on the backs of little boys and little girls, right? Of all colors, that are sold into sex trafficking, that support the global financial elite. And it isn't a conspiracy, folks. It's literally happening in every town, USA. So we have this opportunity. Yeah, so Jason says anyone taking your independent ability to create money is the enemy. Absolutely. And this is really where we have to get. You've got to get to the place where you have choices. Because if you don't have choices, you're a slave. If you are waking up every single day feeling like money is controlling and manipulating you, you are a slave. If you do not have choices about where to go in the world and how to move around the world, if you don't have the freedom to leave your country, you are a slave. If you don't have the freedom to leave your house, you're sure as shit a slave. This is the revolution, people. The revolution has begun. You get to decide what side of that you're going to be on. And it's scary to think about being a rebel. It's scary to think about going against the status quo. It's scary to think about thinking for yourself and not assimilating, because we very much have ingrained in us this need to assimilate. We very much have, this thing that gets triggered in us at a sacral level, right? Which is where our primal instincts around survival exist. That, in the times of our ancestors, when we got kicked out of the tribe, we died. Because we got put out into the desert or out into the wilderness and we were left alone to fend for ourselves. And in those times, the majority of us died. So it's very real, that feeling of like, oh God, if I don't assimilate, if I don't fit in, I'm going to get kicked out of the tribe and then I'm going to die, right? And it's time to end this madness. It is time to step back into power, into sovereignty, into doing what is in our highest and best good. And anyone that is trying to take away your economic freedom is forcing you into slavery. It's really hard when you start doing this work because you feel like you're going crazy. Everyone around you tells you that you're going crazy. You're going to lose friends. You're going to lose family members, likely. Because everyone is going to be like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Your free will and your ability to question everything is what will set you free. But you have to start questioning, no matter how uncomfortable it is. Things are not the way that they are simply because they always have been. If you weren't crazy, we wouldn't be friends. That is very, very true. The revolution is upon us, and you get to choose. You get to choose. Are you going to, in this next wave of control and manipulation that's coming, and it's coming, I mean, it's already upon us, right? But it's coming. Do you want the freedom to have choice? Do you want to be somebody that this time next year is saying, 2021 was the best year of my life? Or do you want to be the person that is in your home, a prisoner, wearing a mask, probably wearing a whole fucking hazmat suit at that point, walking around your own home in a hazmat suit, and broke and controlled and struggling and living in fear? These are the choices, and they are this real, folks. Because if they can mandate the entire world to wear a mask, they can get you to do anything. And it has been fucking easy, y'all. It has been so easy to get people to fall in line. You ain't seen nothing yet. Wait for 2021. Just wait. For me, I plan on 2021 being me stepping into greater levels of freedom, me stepping into greater levels of financial wealth and abundance, me stepping into even more incredible relationships with people. I am not going to get into a conversation with anyone on this live stream about masks being common sense and science. There's too much science out there that says contrary, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't wear a mask, okay? You can do whatever you want to do. You can also choose to continue to be programmed and conditioned, and that's your choice, okay? I'm not gonna get into a debate on this live stream about that. And I will just say, like, whew. I'm really trying to be careful about what I say here. And I'm not sure why, because I really shouldn't give a fuck. But you are being fed masks as science to get you into a state of control and manipulation. It is about control. There is no proof that masks have done anything to prevent coronavirus. Now, if you want to wear a mask, go wear a mask. But wear a mask because you choose to wear a mask. Wear a mask because you've done the research and you've looked at the science and you're convinced that you are safer and your loved ones are safer if you wear a mask. Do it because you're thinking for your fucking self, not because somebody has told you that you need to wear a mask and you're driving around in your fucking car wearing a mask, or you're walking on the beach wearing a mask, right? Like, do it because you believe it's in your highest and best good and you've done the research. Don't do it because you've been told to do it. Don't stand on the little footprints in the store because you've been told to do it. So, good, Anahata, then do it because you've done the research for you. There is no convincing me on this live stream that the global mandate for people to wear masks is anything other than control and manipulation to get you into a state of a mindset where you are easy to control and manipulate. And mark my words, you are going to see greater levels of control. And they are going to be swallowed much easier because we have already complied with that. Right, and if you're a doctor and you're working in a hospital, doctors in hospitals have been wearing masks for a long time. I'm not saying anything about that. I'm not saying that if you're actively treating people who have illness and disease and virus that you shouldn't be wearing a face shield or you shouldn't be wearing a mask, right? I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying to you is, and here's the thing, I don't have to actually prove that I'm right now because time will tell. You will be shown. You will see what the next step is and the next phase is, the next power grab, the next manipulation. So, and here you have a whole group of people, right? And this is what the fuck I'm talking about, by the way, guys. It's happening here in the comments. Nope, wear a mask. Nope, don't wear a mask. Division. Let's divide. Let's divide. Let's divide, right? Masks are bullshit. Masks are necessary. If you don't wear a mask, you're killing people. If you wear a mask, you're saving lives, right? Like, this is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. So, let's put the mask debate aside. But I will tell you that this mask thing has been designed to get people falling in line. and doing as they're told. And there's going to be a next level of it that you see coming in 2021. And there are going to be fucking people walking around in hazmat suits before this shit is over. Mark my words. Because people are that easy to control and manipulate. So, what are you going to do? You going to start thinking for yourself? Are you going to start questioning everything? Are you going to... And by the way, I have read so much fucking science on masks, it's not even funny, right? And I have come to my decision. We have a bunch of scientists here also, you know, giving their 2 cents. If you're thinking for yourself and you're making decisions for yourself, I don't fault anyone anything. Oh my God. Oh, Jason. Yeah. Saw a video with people wearing hazmat suits on airplanes. It's not far away, folks. It is not far away. And I'm not even going to start talking about the vaccine. Maybe we'll get to that on another more protected live stream that's happening in a group. But let's get back to the sense of urgency that we have right now and the revolution that is upon us. You have got to begin questioning everything. Everything. And honestly, I mean, look, let's talk about economic freedom and choices for a minute. How many people out there are fucking making heaps of money selling masks? And like, this may have been a partial joke where Michelle says who wants to start investing in hazmat suits, but wise investment, I would say. Wise investment. Wise investment right now. Begin to question everything. This is difficult because we have been programmed and conditioned to fall in line. She crossed her legs. We've been programmed and conditioned to fall in line. Oh my God, it's already 9 o'clock. How did it get so late? That's crazy. I have a client right now. We're gonna have to wrap this thing up. Woo, we must have got fired up if it's already 9. So, begin to question everything. This is difficult because we've been programmed and conditioned our entire lives to not question, to take everything that we're fed, hook, line, and sinker, and go out into the world and operate like compliant commodities. Like, that is what we have been taught. And so how do you do that? Like, how do you begin to question everything? Well, the thing that I'll tell you is that, you know, start now. Start today. If you believe something is just because it always has been, there's a problem there. Like, if you're not actually using critical thinking and asking yourself, is this true? Is this true for me? Does this need to be true? Does this need to be my reality? Or am I doing this just simply because I've always done it? Or simply because my parents told me I should do it? Or simply because my grandparents told me I should do it? Like, why are you doing it? Why do you believe that it's true? Question everything. That is the first step. And deconstructing the programming and conditioning around all of this shit is vitally important. And you know this is the work that I do in the world. You know this is why I do the work that I do in the world. Because I believe that our freedom, particularly our economic freedom, our ability to actually make choices for ourselves and have choices that lead us to states of economic freedom, it comes from deconstructing our programming and conditioning around money, wealth, abundance, prosperity, abundance. I already said prosperity. Money, wealth, abundance, prosperity, worthiness, and deserving, right? This programming and this conditioning, it's where they hit us because it's where we're the easiest to control. Hitting us where in a place that creates lack and scarcity around our ability to live, survive, provide for our children. Like, it's an easy access point to us. And so it's, it's the most powerful means of control, but it's also the most powerful means of dismantling the programming and conditioning when we start to do that work. And that is what my program Ouroboros is about. Doors are closing on the 22nd, okay? This is the last time this year you're gonna get to do Ouroboros. It is probably the most, Jason's naked under his hazmat suit. It's the most, I don't believe that there has ever been a time that it has been more important to do this work. I don't believe that there's ever been a time that it's been more important to deconstruct financial slavery consciousness than right now. Because the power play that's coming at the beginning of the year, it's gonna shake those of us that have been doing the work. And I'm doubling down right now, you guys. Like, this is the thing you need to know. Like, I'm not going like, oh yeah, I teach this stuff. Oh yeah, I've deconstructed my financial slavery consciousness. I'm doubling down on the work that I'm doing right now. My own personal deconstruction of ideas and programs. I'm doubling down right now because I know what's coming. And it is that important. It is that important. Those of you that have done this work with me, it is vitally important that you double down right now. Because even we are gonna be shaken, okay? We are gonna be shaken. The people that haven't done this work, it's gonna be fucking rough. So, Ouroboros is 4 months with me. We've already started. We started last week. November 22nd, doors close. Alumni? Yes, Jason. There needs to be a partner. There's going to be, I'm not even going to say there needs to be, there's going to be a partnership between the Leah Steele brand and Jason Cisneros, Anton J Global in 2021. I break the mindset. He'll teach the secrets of how to win. And wow, what a combination will that be? But you've got to deconstruct this programming. You've got to deconstruct this conditioning, and you've got to release it. It's hard work. It's not for everyone right now. It requires dedication and discipline to discomfort, really, and really beginning to look at all these things that you believe simply because you're being told. Alumni, why haven't you signed up? There's never been a more powerful time to do this work than right now. VIP alumni, you're getting a 4-hour wealth intensive with me. Basically a wealth-centered VIP day, a special alumni-only wealth clear, a special wealth activation as alumni. But we're adding so much in this round because of what's happening in the world. I think we have 44 touches this round in the program from me. That doesn't even include what you're getting from the Wealth Alchemy apprentices. So everyone that's been in, I'm giving assignments I've never given before. It's on, and I'm taking it really, really seriously right now because the time is now. The time is now. If you do not do this work now, you're going to be kicking yourself in 2021. Because when the shit starts to go down, the people that are in it questioning, the people that are actively in it and questioning, it's a whole other life. It's a whole other playing field. Because then you actually have the tools to play the game rather than just blindly being shuffled around the board by the global financial elite. So, 22nd, doors closed for Ouroboros. Yeah, there's a call happening in about 9 hours. So you get in now, you can be in for, it's one of my brand new live content sessions in the group is happening in about 9 hours. 6 p.m. Bali time is the first Leah transmission call. You've only missed the welcome call at this point and one assignment. So do the damn thing and get in. Here is the link. Yeah, it's, it's time. The revolution is upon us. And, I think the thing that I feel is so powerful about this work is that we are carrying generations of programming around money, wealth, and currency. Scientifically proven at this point, when I talk about science, scientifically proven that we carry 7 generations of ancestral DNA memory, right? 7 generations. You are carrying that shit around. You are carrying that shit around in regards to the programming and conditioning around money, wealth, and currency. So many of the things, many of the thoughts, many of the beliefs, they're not even yours. That is the work that we do in Ouroboros. That is the work that we do. We deconstruct all of that so that you have the ability to think clearly for yourself, so that you have the ability to make choices. The problem with the programming and conditioning is you can't even see it. You can't even see it. And what this program does is create cracks so that the light can begin to shine through. And once the light starts shining through, greater levels of light come through. And you're able to have greater awareness, and then you're able to question more. And ultimately, then you're able to step into freedom. And you have choice. And so I want that for you. I really, really want that for you. I know that there are so many other people out there that it is their time to do this work with us, to come on this journey with us. I think we have 88 people in the group right now, which is really fucking cool. But that is not enough. I think we've got 88 people committed to this 4-month journey. Message me if you want to know more. Message me if you want to know if it's right for you right now. Message me if you're scared to fucking death to pull the trigger, but you know that you need to do this work. Create choice for yourself in 2021. You have the ability to live the life that you deeply desire. You have the ability to no longer be a pawn. You have the ability to look after the best interest of you and your family. And it's such a gift. It is such a gift to give yourself, and it is such a gift to give your family. It will be the best investment that you made. And the beauty of that is that from this investment comes so many more incredible investments you get to make into yourself, because you have the choice and you have the freedom and you have the economic ability to do that. So come join us in Ouroboros. Would love to have you there. Next live stream is happening my Friday night, November 20th at 8 p.m. Bali time. So, why is it so expensive? If you want lots of people to do it, shouldn't it be more accessible? So, there is a tremendous amount of value in this program, and it is easily worth 3 times the price of it. And we have very intentionally kept the price low for this reason, because we want to make it accessible. And there is also a 12-month payment plan that is available because we want it to be accessible. There's a 12-month payment plan available on a program that's 4 months long. You do not find that very often. So, you know, it is what it is. A lot of work goes into this. A lot of work has gone into this. And I think that the alumni that are on this call will tell you that 1, they've made their investments back times 10, and 2, that it was the best investment that they've made. So, and expensive is a program. Believing that something is expensive is a program. So, you guys have the link to do the, and I only have 4 VIP spots left available, guys, just FYI. No, only 3. Someone signed up yesterday. I only have 3 VIP spots available, which means you get your clearings with me and you get that special 4-hour wealth intensive. There are only 4 of those spots available. No, 3 of those spots available. We sold one last night. So just FYI, those are almost gone. You've got the link to sign up for the live stream event. The next live stream will be happening on my business page, okay? So on my business page, alumni, you're gonna be hearing from me today. You need to get your asses into Ouroboros for, if you're alumni and you're watching this and you haven't signed up, send me a message now. We need to get you in there. People with existing payment plans, you can edit your payment plans and add it in so that you're just making one payment. Just message me. And I'll see you Friday night for the next live stream on my business page, which is just Leah Steele. And we'll send out the replay of this, and we'll send out the announcement of the next live stream. So make sure you scroll up through the comments, and well, maybe I should just drop it for you again. Here is the link for the live to register for the live stream event, so you get all of the information. I guarantee you at some point we are going to be talking vaccines, because I've begun to see all of the vaccine inserts for the COVID vaccine. So we're definitely going to need to talk about that. I've said all the bad words on this live stream, so I need to get Sophie to pull it down right away so that we don't lose it. I'm going to message her right now. I don't even know if we're going to be able to get this thing on YouTube. All right. I love you guys. I will see you on Friday. Ouroboros people and everyone signing up for Ouroboros, I will see you tonight for the next transmission call. That's it. Have an amazing rest of your day, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world, as you are watching this live stream or you are catching the replay somewhere on the interwebs. And yep, you'll be able to rewatch it here, and we will be putting it on Brighton is probably where we're going to have to host it, because I don't think we're going to be able to keep it up on YouTube because of the things that I've talked about and fucking censorship. So I will also be posting a replay in my Telegram channel, and if you guys are not subscribed to my Telegram channel, the Wealth Witch channel, you definitely want to be there, because if anything happens censorship wise where I'm not able to be on Facebook for whatever reason, or anything happens in that way, Telegram is completely uncensored. So make sure you join the Wealth Witch channel, because I also will post the replays there, and if anything does happen censorship wise, like, you'll always be able to get me there. All right, that's it. Have an amazing rest of your day, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world. We already said that. Remember, it's your divine birthright to be wealthy, and you're so worthy and you're so deserving, and it is time for you to step out of this bullshit programming and conditioning. So I will see you in Ouroboros. Do the fucking thing and click the link. Mwah.